Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this one. And everything that's know about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, future you, or someone around you. So take resonates and the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below. And I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. Today we are starting off with Jaleel, okay? The helping God, Jaleel, the Two of Wands. It says love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you. Love and wisdom, Jaleel, victory over those collective who would attack you. So you could be experiencing someone trying to attack you. You may be feeling some negative projection coming from somewhere outside of you. You maybe feel like you're being ganged up on, okay? All right? You may feel that there could be a person or a group of people who are against you. And you may be feeling that you do not know why, but this feeling is uncomfortable for you. Of course, it would be. And so you could be in communication. You could be into prayer and going within, seeking help and advice, from the divine, from the source or your ancestors, okay, on how to move about. You could be asking for protection. Someone could be connected with Archangel Michael as well. And so you are seeking advice. You're not being a reactionary, which is wonderful, collective. You're not panicking. You are someone who's very spiritually inclined and in tune, and you know how to avoid getting bitten by the snake. You know how to avoid the weeds, the weeds in the grass. You know how to move about in these cosmic streets, okay? When it comes to dealing with people of different calibers, different backgrounds, you have been up against many energies in your life, many people who maybe didn't take a liking to who you are. And I'm picking up that this energy is unwarranted. This is energy that has been projected onto you throughout your entire life. You have had many different experiences, whether it's from a neighbor, a co-worker, a family member, a friend, a sibling, a cousin. I'm also hearing a parental figure, possibly, people just trying to create false narratives of discord. Even people who don't even know you. Maybe you're someone, like the first day of school, the new kid on the block, or the new employee that starts on the job and everyone knows, hey, this is the new worker, that kind of energy. Just people being disrespectful and unkind and rude. You're very unique and different in your expression. Confirmation. You're very unique. You're very peaceful, but your peace is loud. Confirmation. Silence is more than noise. Silence is more powerful than noise. Your silence can be your peace and also your protection. And you're someone who understands this deeply. Like I said, you're very, very spiritually in tune and inclined. And your silence is very loud. Confirmation as you hear the bike roar out in the background. So much so that it irritates people. So those who are low vibrational or full of dysfunction and toxicity in their lives, when they come across someone of your caliber or your spirit, they become intimidated. They don't know why. They don't know what it is, but they become intimidated, so much so that your energy, it forces people to look at themselves. It forces people to go into reflection. You could be, put here as a catalyst. We all wear many hats. We all have different paths and journeys, and we all are often catalysts to each other to provoke or invite some kind of change. And so just being around you, you have been sent into particular spaces and places, Spirit is saying, to be a catalyst. Maybe they tell me to put the cards down. To be a catalyst in people's lives, people that you know and people that you don't know. So the reason you have experienced this so much in your life is not because you're not loved. Or you're not valued. It's simply because it's part of your purpose. This is all confirmation. And that's why I'm continuing with the read. But it's because it's part of your purpose, Your energy is just that powerful. Your stillness, your silence, your peace, your contentment. You could also be someone who's being observed by many people who may say this about you. You know, the collective is so resilient, they're so independent, they're very resourceful. You know, every time I see them, they're minding their business so much so that, you know, you make people want to be an irritant, you know, like a fruit fly, you know, over a fruit bowl. You make people want to irritate you, so they'll poke and pry and try to do things to try to get your attention. But you may be someone who's also, you know, I'm picking up, you're very wise. um, you do a lot of meditation, you do a lot of grounding, whoever you are, and you're constantly learning and growing, and you're always open to learning new things. So you could be someone who has a spiritual practice as well, or you're studying some kind of hidden knowledge or wisdom. Okay, and I don't like to use the word hidden because things aren't hidden. It just depends on what frequency you are in order to acknowledge things. But often the things that we assume to be hidden aren't. But it's part of your purpose, you know. And Spirit wants you to know to not internalize any negative experience or energy you have, you know, have been inflicted on you or projected onto you. It's part of your path. It's written in the stars for you to be a catalyst. So you may attract, you know, a lot of dark energy, a lot of people who have energy attachments, a lot of people who are unhealed. This could be in relationships, family, friends, co-workers, doesn't matter. People you know, people you don't know. And you are the catalyst. It's like you're the initiator to people receiving their awakening or enlightenment on their journey. Okay, let's go into the tarot. So you are protected, you are loved, and the amounts of encounters you've had with these kind of people, it's part of your purpose. It's not a punishment. It's part of your purpose, collective. It's not a punishment. Embrace who you are. Embrace who you are. You're very gifted. People know this about you. People know there's something special about you. They can't quite put their finger on it. They don't know what it is. But your energy, your aura, your presence is very intimidating. Very intimidating. So much so, people don't know. They don't know what it is. It's just when you come around. You could also be someone. You could walk into a room. You could hear people talking, but when you walk in there, the room goes silent. The room goes silent automatically, and you're like, everybody stop talking. Okay. So yeah, yeah, collective, yeah. It's part of your purpose. The first card that we have here is the Ace of Coins. And so, with the Ace of Coins here, you know, this is representing you being, you know, in the energy of Kether, you know, you being in your higher self, your true north. And you could be maybe within the last 3 to 5 years coming into the knowing of that you are an empath, that you are gifted, that you are on a journey of awakening. You could be, you know, this could be new to you. So you're still in the progress of processing who you are. And the journey is consistent. The learning and growing is consistent. And so Source is saying be easy on yourself. No two paths are alike. Feel free to make it your own, but do not internalize any pressure you may be feeling while you're experiencing, you know, your journey. Okay? Because, like I said, you're someone while you're in this energy, you know, you're in your true north, you're in your purpose, you know, you're on your path, and, you know, you have surrendered what no longer serves you. You have been through a lot of things. Because that's not to say that you're not going to endure more. Life is not perfect for anyone because we're here to learn and grow. And so if it was perfect, we wouldn't learn or grow. It wouldn't be what it is here in the Matrix. But don't internalize it. It's part. It's like a job. Just look at it as a job. It's part of your mission. It's part of your path. And so, but you're very wise. You know what to react to and what not to react to, and you know to use your silence. Your silence is your peace and your protection. And you know when you are under. Okay, when you know when you are under or around someone who is not on your frequency or your vibration. And so, Spirit is saying for you to look at it, metaphorically speaking, as if you are communicating with someone who's speaking a language that you don't speak. Consider it to be foreign language. Whenever someone tries to pick and pry at you, collective, get you upset, get your attention, try to be confrontational, for you to be aware, protect yourself, but know, choose your battles wisely and know what to give your attention to and what not to give your attention to. Simple things such as name calling. Who cares about that? It's not worth a response. Simple things as gossip. Who cares about that? It's not worth a response. Don't allow people to trigger you and get you so disturbed and upset that they can, jack your energy from you by having you lower your vibration, and you end up into a confrontation, and one thing leads to another, and who knows, someone could end up, paying restitution, being incarcerated, someone could get hurt. Okay, so be mindful, continue to be mindful because you have been, Spirit is saying, but it's part of your mission, and that's why you have come up against so many of dark, negative people, low vibrational people who are unhealed. And it seems as if they want to attack you or be your enemy. It's your light. You send off a reflection that makes them reflect on themselves. It makes them look at parts of themselves that they don't desire to address. And so just let that marinate for a minute. And this could be anything, something they experienced through their childhood. And these could be total people that you don't know. And so continue to practice that silence. Remember, once again, they're telling you to let you know your silence is your peace and your protection. Because these people who are on a lower frequency, it's foreign language to them. It wouldn't make sense for you to explain who you are. I am the collective and I have a purpose and I am the catalyst. They would look at you and call you crazy or say you don't know what you're talking about. So look at it as if it's a foreign language to them. They don't understand. They're on a different vibration. They're not able to connect and have the same understanding as you are with the divine. Not at this time. Okay, that was a lot, I know. The next card we have here is the Three of Swords. And so this Three of Swords energy here, this is, representing, energy that these people are in that you come across. Their hearts are heavily burdened. And some of these people are aware that they are going through something, and some of them aren't, okay? They aren't aware of what they are experiencing or why. They know something is happening, but they just can't put their finger on what is it. Why do I feel this feeling of dis-ease? And it's not a bad thing. It may be emotionally painful for people to go through the Three of Swords energy, but when things die off, that means there's a rebirth that is being prepared to take place. There is something else that is coming in place of that void that is being executed out of your life or out of your path. And so that's why you must continue to, use the wisdom that has been gained over time as you deal with these people. Continue to be private and move in silence. Continue to pick and choose your battles wisely. Remember, you cannot explain these things to these people because they're not on your frequency. They will call you crazy and look at you as if you don't know what you're talking about. Or even things will go left and it would turn into a massive confrontation, okay? Because I'm picking up on even people who don't know you have tried to be conflictual. You try to create some kind of conflict or fights, arguments, spats. I'm picking up even on a job setting. Someone have been on several jobs, and maybe, because you're the new employee, the current workers think you're going to take their place. So it's let's pick on the new worker, that kind of thing, okay? And I'm also picking up that even though your family is part of your bloodline, there are people also in your family who also feel intimidated by your energy and your aura. They don't know what it is, but you are the catalyst. This is your comfort. This is your confirmation, not a coincidence. You are the catalyst. That is just one of your jobs. That is just one of the many hats that you wear, collective. The The next card we have here is Libra. You could have Libra placement in your chart somewhere, but this is the justice energy, okay? Bringing balance and bringing justice, fairness for all parties involved, okay? And so you are put here to restore balance where it is needed and where it is necessary. And once the balance is restored, then you move on to another person may come into your life. Like I said, I'm picking up on someone who has experienced this a lot with a lot of different people that they know, they don't know, family members, lovers, co-workers, neighbors, siblings, cousins, aunts, just a lot of people just being very disrespectful, just being confrontational for no reason, projecting and provoking unwarranted negative energy. These are just unhealed people, and they are karmics placing your path to receive the catalyst, to receive, that dose of light. And hopefully they'll receive it, because there are some people who won't receive it, and that's not your fault. They're put in your path for a moment, and if they don't get it, it's like this: if they don't get it, they don't get it, then they'll have to repeat the cycle again. But that's for them, not for you. They'll have to stay in that karmic loop until they accept it. When that light is there, if they accept it, then they can move on. But that has nothing to do with you, but you're just someone put in their path, so that they can be intrigued to reflect or make that change in their life, okay? And that's just one of your gifts, and one of the many hats you wear. There are many things that you are put here to do, okay? Mhm. So make sure you stay in the light, you focus on the love. Your victory is that you are using your wisdom as you move forward towards those who try to attack you, okay? The next card we have here is the Seven of Cups here, okay? And the Seven of Cups here represents having many options, okay? Having many options to choose from. But having many options to choose from, when a person is not at their highest state, when they're, at their lowest vibrational, their lower region, okay? And so this is one of the things that you address as a catalyst. You may come across people who are promiscuous, who are male or female, who work out of their lower regions, who believe in having many partners, who feel like it's a reward to have multiple options. You may come across also a lot of people who are married or connected, who are attracted to you collectors, male or female. You may have asked yourself, what is it? Why is it that these people who are married or connected, and also you may also ask yourself, they know I know they got somebody. Why are they trying to talk to me? You may have asked yourself this, and it may turn you off. I'm picking it up because you don't find it flattering. It may turn you off. You're like, look, I don't want the headache. No, thank you. Go somewhere. And that's what it is. These are people who are working out of their lower region. This is the lowest you can go here. But these are people who feel like it's a trophy to have multiple options, or they go by the saying, it's in our nature. No, it's not anyone's nature. It is fully possible for anyone and capable and able to take control of not leading with their flesh. So you may come across a lot of promiscuous people as well, male or female, who want to put you in their link. They want you to be a link in their chain of people, whom they deal with, okay? The next card we have here is the Four of Coins here. And so this Four of Coins here represents, also you could be someone who's also crossed the path of people who need to work on being more frugal and wise with their finances. This is a deep read here. Okay, so clearly this message is about the catalyst, about collective. This is about one of your divine purposes. And one of your gifts is that you are the catalyst. And I am naming the type of people that you come across and explaining just some of the reasons of why you have experience. So it's promiscuous people, it's unhealed people, and it's also people who have problems with their finances, people who need to gain financial control, learn how to be more responsible, learn how to prioritize and put first things first. This is also a caliber of people that you may come across, okay? So this is Capricorn energy, okay? And so Capricorns are usually, well, ones that I have known, they're very wise when it comes to saving money. They know how to save, they know how to harbor, but sometimes the Capricorn will save money and is able to save the money because something isn't getting paid. And so the repercussion will show up, on one end, the scale looks heavy because they're saving and they're doing good. But on the other end, the money they're saving is the bills that didn't get paid. And so that begins to reflect and show within the household, especially if you have a family or children, Mom, what happened to the lights? What happened to the water? That kind of thing. So, yes, you have also, you are a catalyst for people who need to become more financially frugal, more responsible when it comes to their finances, to learn and understand that it is okay to save, but make sure that you're not making sacrifices that are important for your well-being, okay, such as water and lights and having food in the fridge, okay, things like that. Wow, collective. Wow, okay. The next card we have here is the Queen of Swords here. And so you or someone around you, you could have water or air in your chart, okay? And, air moves water. If you've ever been by any group of water, any water, whether it's a lake or a pond or a river, the air moves the water along. And so you could have air or water placements anywhere in your chart. But with the Queen of Swords energy, you're able to sit on your throne, collective, and Spirit wants you to observe, to really be in observation and not internalize as you move forward. Because you will come across these same energies that I am mentioning. They will be the same energies with a different face and a different body on a different timeline. And so as you move forward, Spirit wants you to not internalize. Realize this is one of your many gifts. And what can you learn as you cross, and you are the catalyst, but what can you take from each situation, each encounter, each person? What can you learn as well, okay, through your observation? So with this Queen of Swords, that's what I'm picking up. Spirit wants you to stay on your throne. Make sure you're maintaining your balance and remaining grounded, and know that this is part of your purpose. There's no reason for you to be anxious. There's no reason for you to fear, because there is help here. Jaleel is the helping God here, okay? How to move with love and wisdom regarding people who want to attack you. That's what it says at the bottom. So there's nothing to fear. You are protected. But they want you to stay balanced and grounded, and for you to also find the lessons learned in each encounter. Because all dark situations harness a light, something new to learn, something new to be gained. Okay? You are someone who is put here to assist in judgment and people receiving judgment, being the catalyst for change in their lives in one way or another. You are just one of the many gazillion, billion, billion people here on planet Earth, okay? You're not the only one. There are many. In fact, we are catalysts in each other's lives, but each of us come into our own purpose and knowing who we are in our own timing, and that's okay. And so you are part of the judgment that takes place, that helps people come out, out of that low vibrational state, that helps a person come to the realization so that they can work themselves up to the top, to their true north, to their divine purpose of knowing who they are, why they are here, what is the purpose and reasoning for their existence. This is something that takes time, but over time, Spirit wants you to know that this is who you are. It's part of who you are, and to embrace it. Don't run from it. You don't have to fear it. Just remain grounded and know that you are protected. And continue your study. I'm picking up on someone who does a lot of reading, who does a lot of studying, of hidden wisdom and knowledge. And sources saying keep that going. There's something about that that is helping you on your path as well. Okay. And so we're closing out with the World card, the Saturn energy. Okay. And so with the Saturn energy here, you're working on being more disciplined as well as you are the catalyst to assist other people in being disciplined when it comes to their finances, when it comes to their sexuality, when it comes to releasing trauma, negative energy, when it comes to prioritizing their life, when it comes to how they deal and cope with different experiences overall. Okay, so you are the catalyst for that. And the Saturn energy is perfect, it represents discipline and also restriction. And so you as a catalyst, you are here to assist with judgment and showing people, assisting them, and showing them how to be disciplined and where restriction is needed. Because once a person can acknowledge where restriction is needed in their life, that's when the ambition towards structure will be created. And over time, applying that technique turns into wisdom. So that concludes the read. That was a deep, 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 deep read. I hope it assists you for your highest good. Later.